Saturday morning, September the 16th, 2023. Baseball's top five pitcher list. Who are the greatest pitchers of all time in baseball history? This video, earned run average. Which pitcher in their career had the best earned run average? Ed Walsh, career 1.81. Eddie Joss, 1.88. Jim Devlin, 1.89. Jack Pfister, 2.02. And Joe Wood, 2.03. Career. Top five all time. How about for a season? Tim Keefe, 1880, 0.85 ERA for the season. Dutch Leonard, 0.95. Mordecai Brown, 1.03. Bob Gibson, 1968, 1.12. And Christy Mathewson, 1.14. Top five in a season, all-time best. This book, Baseball's Top 5 Pitcher List. I'm interested to find out which pitchers landed in the top five the most with the best ERA in a season. Multiple times, not just once or twice a good year, but doing it multiple year after year. Who did it the most? Do you know who landed in the top five? Combine all the National and American League pitchers all together from 1871 to 2022. Count who landed in the top five the most. I looked it up. You know who it is? Greg Maddux, 10 times. From 1992 to 2002, landed in the top five with the best ERA in a season, 10 times. Walter Johnson, 9 times, from 1910 to 1924. Cy Young, Lefty Grove, and Roger Clemens, 8 times. Randy Johnson, 7 times. Tommy Bond, Pete Alexander, Carl Hubble, Warren Spahn, Tom Seaver, Pedro Martinez, and Clayton Kershaw, 6 times. And then the rest of these guys, 5 times. And that's my criteria. You got to do it 5 times or more to make it in my book. Now, I list every single top 5 pitcher in every year from 1871 to 2022. But these guys did it 5 or more times. And the following guys, 5. Al Spalding, Kid Nichols, Sandy Koufax, Jim Palmer, and Kevin Brown. 5 times ERA. Top 5. What do you think? Now, there are a lot of other guys, a lot of pitchers I haven't mentioned, but they didn't do it 5 times or more. Maybe they did it 2, 3, 4 times, maybe once, some cases. How about Greg Maddux? 10 times. 1992. See, I list every year in this book. So 1992, Greg Maddux, 2.18. 93, Greg Maddux, 2.36. 94, 1.55. 1995, 1.63. 1996, 2.71. 1997, 2.20. 98, 2.22. The year 2000, 2.99. 2001, 3.05, and 2002, 2.61. 10 times. How about Walter Johnson? He did it from 1910 to 1924. I've got it listed in this book. 1.36, 1910. 1911, 1.89. 1912, 1.39. 1913, 1.14. 1914, 1.71. 1915, 1.55. Didn't do it in 16, 17. He did it in 1918, 1.27. Top five. 1919, 1.48. Didn't do it in 20, 21, and 22 or 23. But 1924 comes back strong, 2.72. What do you think? Best earned run average. Who can lay the claim the greatest in history? Can Greg Maddux lay the claim as being the best in earned run average in baseball history? Ed Walsh holds the career mark, 1.81. But for Greg Maddux, his career ERA, 3.16. But he lands in the top five for an individual season 10 times as being the best, combining all the National American League pitchers. Walter Johnson's career is 2.17. Ed Walsh, though, how about Ed? For his career, 1.81. How many games did he pitch? Ed Walsh. Did you notice that when I listed how many times they landed in the top five, Ed Walsh didn't do it 5 or more times. But he had a career of 1.81. Let's look him up. Ed Walsh. As far as baseball reference, he is listed number 1. He pitched from 1904 to 1917. He has a career record, 195 wins, 126 losses. Why doesn't he land in the top 5 more? Because there are other guys that beat him in those years. Ed Walsh. So, for example, 1905, he had a ERA that season, 2.17. Excellent, right? But there are 5 other guys that beat him. Christy Mathewson, Rube Waddell, Doc White, Cy Young, and Ed Rubach all beat him that year. So he didn't make the top 5. 1906, he has an ERA of 1.88, but 5 other guys beat him. So he didn't make the top 5. Mordecai Brown, Jeff Pfeiffer, Doc White, Barney Pelty, and Ed Rubach all beat him. That's why Ed Walsh is not in the top 5, even though his career is 1.81. There were certain years that 5 other guys beat him, but as far as for a career, he's number 1. Listen to this, 1908. He did make it. 1907, he made the top 5. Ed Walsh, 1.59. 1908, he made it, 1.41. 1909, he made it, 1.40. And 1910, he made it, 1.26. But he made it 4 times. Ed Walsh, best ERA of all time. And then for a season, this is interesting. Who had the best all time for a season? Tim Keefe, 0.85 ERA in 1880. This is incredible. for one season, less than 1 run ERA. Tim Keefe. Let's look him up. What did he do in that season? He pitched 105 innings. That's my criteria. You got to go over 100 innings. If you do it less than 100 innings, then your ERA, because other guys are pitching 200 innings, 300 innings. If you do 100 innings or more and you have an ERA title that year, that counts. 100 innings. And he did it. 105 innings for Tim Keefe. He gave up 27 runs for the 105 innings. So his season best ERA for that year, 0.85. How about that? It wasn't just 10 innings, 20 innings, 30 innings, 40 innings. He went 105 innings. So that is my top 5 on earned run average. Baseball's top 5 list. My next video, winning percentage. Who can lay claim as the best winning percentage in baseball history? And who made the top 5 the most times? We'll get into it next. Thanks for watching. I'm out.